going on? Voting time. Voting time. Time to get rid of Jeff Merkley. It's time to get rid of Val Hoyle. And we got Paul Damian Wells. This motherfucker. Zionist racism? The sectarian violence in Palestine won't end until the original crime is addressed. Not all Jews are Zionists. And incredibly, not all Zionists are Jews or Republican. Since 2016, the Democratic Party has been collapsing. Trump didn't win in 2016 or 24. Democrats lost. That's very true. Hate mongering is no substitute for leadership. That's true. I'm a working class independent voter. We need federal legislation to counter the consolidation of power, wealth, and influence of corporate oligarchs, corporate fascism. Yup. Corporations don't have any rights. Corporations aren't persons. A tariff is a sales tax that victimizes working class families. Are Democrats defending or assaulting democracy? We're talking about the ones in power. In June of 2025, support for the Independent Party passed the 5% voter registration threshold needed to create a primary election for independents. In July of 2025, bipartisan elections were preserved when In July of 2025, bipartisan elections were preserved when Governor Kotek signed HB 3908 2025, raising the threshold to 10%. So the Independent Party passed the 5% voter registration threshold, and then Tina Kotek raised it to 10%, just to be a fucking cunt. Just to be a fuck and make it so that she couldn't be governor. Really fucking easy. Oh, to make sure that people didn't have an option. Oh, and we're not represented. So, meanwhile, HB 3166 2025 would have replaced bipartisan elections with a unified primary election, which would have been awesome. All candidates and voters participate equally. 5 candidates advance. It died in Democrat-controlled committee. Now, this is what they have in Maine, I believe. It's in Maine, and it works really well. Basically, you have you vote for your favorite 3 candidates, and that way, if you don't get your first, then your second or your third, then you'll get your third. It generally works extremely well. It makes sure that people are represented by their needs, not by just like, oh, I choose this one thing, and if I don't get it, then I don't get represented at all. It makes sure that you have like this is my primary thing I want represented by. This is my secondary thing I want represented by. This is my third thing I want represented by. So this is really what we should be moving towards, if you ask me. And then there's also Melissa Bird, who just seems like a rock star compared to Val Hoyle. And I honestly don't know much about Melissa Bird. I don't know, I know a little bit. She's spoken to me. Well, I have spoken to either her or one of her someone who represents her on TikTok with one of the videos I made, and she seems okay. Her story seems okay. She also seems like a politician watching her videos. I'm not endorsing her I'm endorsing where she comes from or where she says she's coming from, and I'm endorsing what she says she's about. I'm mostly saying Val Hoyle said we were, Val Hoyle represents not us. Val Hoyle represents the Republicans or the conservatives. She represents business owners. She does not represent families with no money. She doesn't represent struggling people. She doesn't represent we the people. She said that protesters at the Eugene Federal Building were rioting, even though the evidence is to the contrary. And she's taking the side of Trump and ICE, which means she represents Trump and ICE as people. She's a Democrat. So if you don't want someone who represents ICE and Trump, to be your Democratic leader, I suggest you do not vote for Val Hoyle. You vote for Melissa Byrd, U.S. Representative for the 4th District. And then Paul Damian Wells is for U.S. Senator. Again, I don't know if I think how this works is it's to replace, it's for one slot, either Jeff Merkley or Paul Damian Wells. But it may be that Ron Wyden retired, but I don't know that to be true. I don't know. I don't necessarily know how politics works. I'm going to be honest. And then there's Katina Kotek, and that's the only fucking Democrat running for governor. It's unfortunate. She's just so horrible. She's so fucking horrible. She's deplorable. We just talked about one of the things where the people had a voice, and so she raised the threshold and said, no, you don't. Now you have to be you just don't have a voice now. She pushed the drug agenda to make drugs legal and lied to us what it was about when it was really about making money for drug companies. It was about building businesses for building, what's it? When you get off of drugs, I don't know why that word is hard for me, but it is. So anyway, yeah, so she made drugs legal so that businesses could make money helping people get off drugs. And then she was surprised. They were surprised when nobody wanted to spend money to get off drugs. Isn't that funny? She's just so fucking poorly educated. And then, I mean, even her pantsuits, her cute little pantsuits can't cover that all up. And I don't mean to be hateful. I'm not trying to hate. She's just really rage-inducing. The way she uses her power and misrepresents the people. Let's see. I don't care about anything she has to say here. She did the transportation package. She just tried to force in, even though the people don't want it. Now they forced it in, and now it has to go to a vote. And of course, she didn't want it to go to a vote. She did her very best to make sure it did not go to a vote. This $6 billion transportation package. When really, don't you think the people that are having trucks on the road all the time and buses on the road all the time, and all the city's vehicles on the road all the time, and the government's road vehicles on the road, don't you think they should be paying for it? Or the billionaires with their buying and purchasing powers, making vehicles go all over the road, don't you think they should be paying for the roads? The ones that use them the most, or that's what I think. And I don't care about the rest of these people for the most part. There's this girl, Sierra Williams, and I'm going to say I just have a feeling about her that she's a fake Democrat. Floyd Przansky is also a fake Democrat. He's an assistant, he's a assistant direct, gosh, my mouth, verbal diarrhea, excuse me. Assistant district attorney. It means he's a prosecutor, dude. Like, what the fuck? This person I wanted to talk about, Kai Fireside. Archaeologist, 911 dispatcher, union organizing barista. I love that, dude. Union organizing is awesome. Human rights, ICE out. They're terrified of ICE and appalled by the federal government's attack on trans people. They just seem like they're actually there for equality, and they're for the people. You know what I'm saying? And progressive. See, again, most of these other people just suck. I haven't even read most of these, but oh god, and people in the city council make me sick here. So yeah, for the most part, I don't like the Oregon. Look at these Democrats, quote unquote Democrats. They're like fucking 90 years old, dude. Get the fuck out of office. I would run, but my family, I wouldn't be able to spend the time I want with my family. And I really want to. So anyway, there's that. I'm going to make some eggs. I was going to go over that while I was cooking, but I realize now it would have been more beneficial to my energy to do it that way. More feng shui or something. I mean, who wants to watch a video, I guess, where you start out just raging in your face about something? But I'm not monetized. I'm not here to make money. I guess if I have something to say, I guess I would. What I've heard recently is when you're speaking to the other person, not speaking for yourself. So learning how to speak for other people to hear is probably a good skill to have. My kid doesn't want to learn that. Just have 3 eggs. Oh, egg everywhere. Stuck my thumb in it and it squirted. God, oh man, I made some chocolate bars. They're not very good, honestly. I've made them 2 different ways now. I do not like, this is Dubai chocolate. I don't like milk chocolate, Dubai. It's gross. Dark chocolate's the only way. But also, just these thin ones, they suck. They're not good. The thick ones are the only way to make Dubai chocolate, honestly. You can't make the thin, they're just, to me, it's just gross. I'll make them for people if they want, but it's so gross. Peanut butter is good. The thin ones, I prefer the thinner ones with peanut butter. Again, dark chocolate over milk chocolate. This dark chocolate, I don't like milk chocolate anymore. It's way too sweet. I'm a dark chocolate guy. Oh, my stomach is starting to hurt. That's great. Oh, my stomach. Dead air. Dead air. Dead air. Nobody wants the dead air. I'm cleaning a dish right now. That's the way it is. Yeah, okay. Okay. So this Melissa Bird is a social engineer. What? She's a PhD, which is amazing. And apparently she came from a small town or something like that. I don't know. I watched a little bit of her videos. They're a little cringy. It seems like she's difficult. She has a difficult time like being like on camera or whatever. Like she wants to look a certain way, and like she has this person Bree fucking whatever, who's an actual political fucking gross, disgusting person, like manager, and like you just have to be. It's like a lawyer slimy feeling about her. Oh God, like when you, I'm sorry, but it's cringy as fuck to put on like hot girls, come on hot girls. Like you're just Ah, so cringe, gross. She makes me want to stab my eyes out. This Brie, what's her name? Brie, oh god, yeah, I'm just gonna go off because fuck that. It's something for me to talk about. Like, again, Melissa Bird, she seems like she's new. She's very new to this, but this is what we need, I think. We need someone new, someone to get experience, and then for other people to see, hey, somebody new can make it. Someone who's not taking PAC money. Someone who's a Native American and a mom. She's married to a veteran. She comes from a small town. A PhD in Utah, social work at the University of Southern California. Okay, but I guess she's from. I don't know if she's from Utah. But she's a social worker, author, whatever, policy advocate, lay preacher, which is weird. Small business owner, which is, so she's got some experience, a very interesting, background. She's not nobody. She's a doctor. That's not, that takes some serious, education and, running through hoops and whatnot. She said, not here, but she does say in some of her videos, she doesn't take PAC money. It's all, she's like Bernie Sanders. She takes all donations, but I think Bernie Sanders does, he either takes money from AIPAC or he associates with people that do, and does offer money to, he did send money to Israel, I think. So we just got to stop fucking doing it. That's bullshit. We got to stop sending money to fucking Israel. That's all there is to that. All there is to that. We have so much work to do here in America. I'm not saying we don't help other people, but man, we haven't even helped us yet. What are those giant peppercorns or something? We haven't even helped. We have so much to do. Our own veterans, dude, that fought these wars, could use some money. Bro, what are we doing sending billions to these dorks? They're trying to take, these Europeans that are trying to take land over in... Dude, we've listened to interviews of Israelis, and they're like, they have French accents, American accents, Australian accents, and they're like, no, I'm Australian. I'm Israeli. It's like, dude, you're Middle Eastern, bro. Seriously? And the Indians, the Jewish Indians that just got 720 fucking Jewish Indians. Oh, this is in the Torah. This is our ancestral home. Oh my god, the delusion is hilarious, dude. And they talk about transgenders being delusional. Talk about transgenders being, and oh my gosh. You got Indian people that are like saying that their ancestral home is Lebanon, Israel, Palestine, because it's in the Bible. Fucking crazy, hilarious. I love it. Love it. It's crazy. Craziness. Delusional mugs. It's a lot of butter. A lot of butter. What's up? What's up? Yeah, so. And also, one thing we don't talk about a lot is, Israel did attack American ship, the USS Liberty or something. That's just something that we don't talk about. That makes me sad. That a whole nother country is kind of basically taking over America. The government. I don't know if you ever heard about the USS Liberty being attacked for I can't remember how long, I can't remember the whole story. It is a very interesting, kind of convoluted story. It's like Israel like, didn't attack, and then they did attack, and then like when it looked like they were gonna like blow them out of the water, and they killed a bunch of people. They killed a bunch of Americans. But they're finally like, oh, are you guys okay? Do you need assistance? And they're like, no, we're good. Leave us alone. And Israel's ships were like, okay, cool. So after Israel's ships, airplanes and ships and they torpedoed this ship, this American ship, do all this damage, blew up the engine compartment, then just let them go. And then in Congress, they pretended like it didn't happen. They didn't want to vote on any resolution. Like, yeah, AIPAC. See, this is why AIPAC cannot be involved, man. I mean, this is insanity. This is not America. That's not. This is fascism. This is the problem of fascism. You got special interests that once they get money, as long as you have money, even though you have no real benefit for the common good, or even the common welfare of America itself, just for a few individuals. What does that sound? What's that? Right. That's okay. Pretty spicy. You know, I use raisin cinnamon. Double raisin cinnamon. Ooh. I didn't know it was double. But anyway. Whew. That's it. What a treat. It's a lot like the maple bits in a McMuffin, you know, those whatever those McMuffin things are. McGriddles, the McGriddles. Yeah, it's a lot like a McGriddle. And I like that. I don't know if I don't think I salted that. But yeah, man, fuck, I was going and on and on and on and on and on. Oh no, it's not very hot. Oh man, I didn't, oh well. Oregon was created by the KKK, and they've never let go of power here. There's just a lot of, even when the hippies, so when the hippies took over, not hippies took over, but when the hippie movement started happening, a lot of hippies were getting their asses beat in Oregon. And so there was a lot of that. Like, so the hippies are only a recent development, and there was a lot of, what do you call it that? Instead of, they fought, up until the 90s, through the 90s, they fought, tried to, the establishment tried to fight off the hippies, tried to really bust marijuana growing, tried to really bust anybody for being like like a free thinker. In school, oh my gosh, you were just like, the teachers let bullies beat up on you if you were a free thinker. Oregon has been traditionally really fucking gross. Like if you watch, there's a scene in Dazed and Confused where all the middle schoolers are running away they're trying to get out of school early, right? So that they don't get their asses beat. And he's like, man, my sergeant told me something once, 50 y'all going out, 47 of you are coming back. And that's just how it felt in Oregon. Like, the establishment was oppressive. And those, there was a big feeling of like Stockholm syndrome. This kind of like you identify with your oppressor. So, okay, there's something going on outside. Great. Okay, puppies. So there's been this huge sense of like, you can, in Oregon in the past, and a little bit now in some jobs, since Trump's in power, but in the past, there's been this sense of you can ask, you can say all sorts of stuff. You're allowed to speak freely, but nobody's really going to help you. What you say is going to be manipulated. It's not. It's just going to be behind closed doors with a few people. It's very hush hush. It's, oh, we don't want people to find out about this because you'll get in trouble. Last time I called the cops here in Eugene, that's what they were like. Oh, you don't want to call the insurance because you'll probably get in trouble. And they wouldn't do anything about the crime. So now I have to go down. And this what was her badge number, 117 or something? Officer Lenhay or something like that of Eugene EPD. And she was just a real fucking cunt sandwich, dude. And fuck her. Like, you don't get to be. You're paid by my tax dollars, bitch. Like, fuck you. If you don't like that, suck a dick and fucking go. Don't be a public servant. But that's kind of how like the cops are in Eugene. They're one of those, we're not public. They're really big on we're not public servants. Are you out of here? Are you out of here? Yeah. I love you. You need anything? No? Sure you don't want anything? Need a drink or anything? Well, yeah. There you go. Got your drink. Love you, buddy. So that, yeah, they don't want.
You're so stinking.
Wait. You're stinky. Hey. Hey. Okay, so yeah, as I was saying, they don't want to be public servants here. They don't see themselves as fucking public servants. It's my last fucking kid, dude. Like, I had a 4 and he's in high school, so yeah, it's real a joy to fucking get your shit together finally and see your kids grow up. Oh, fuck. Yeah, that's why, dude. You okay? Let's just immediately freak the fuck out when somebody leaves. Are you okay? You okay? Are you okay? Did she jump on you and hurt you? Yeah, she's just a real bitch. You need to leave him alone. God! Go the fuck away. I love them. They're so fucking energy drink. Needy up on each other. So the fucking police here anyway, as I was fucking saying. They have a big chip on their shoulder when it comes. They're one of those cops that has big chips on their shoulder. When you say you're a public servant, like, it hurts their feelings. And you're like, bro, you are a public, you literally take fucking tax dollars. You're not supposed to be, like, all of these things, you're supposed to be for the public benefit, not just the corporate benefit. But, you know, you're taking the station is taking corporate dollars because we won't vote to give you money because you're a piece of shit fucking outfit. that won't protect us, the people. So then instead of becoming good, you just take more and more fucking like U of O money or something like that, and then have the shit vetoed and overridden so that you end up getting money anyway. Fuck the EPD, dude. They're a bunch of fucking pussies. They're a bunch of Nazis here. They're a bunch of racists. Even my buddy. He can't talk about it. Like, he's just such a shy little bitch about it. I love him. But, like, dude, I call a fucking spade a spade. He's a little pussy. When you're defending racist fucking cops and saying, when you're defending a murderer like Tykel and say he was a good guy, when he didn't call for his backup, he didn't call for his sergeant, he went hands on when he shouldn't have, he's considered 40, even the jury said he was 45% wrong in the murder of a fucking citizen. But the politics here is so fucked up that cops don't get in trouble, even when they fucking murder somebody. And that's why I'm voting for these people. Like fucking Melissa Bird, you're fucking representing the 4th district. That happened here. That murder happened fucking here. You too, Paul. If we vote for you, you better fucking do something about our bullshit fucking cops. This is delicious. Mmm. If you were a guy, I would have gone a long way on this. I've had it, and it is amazing. That's still good. Yeah, I'm gonna do a video. I'm gonna do some not video, but what do you call it? Well, video. Yeah, I'm gonna do like a news, whatever, expose on that guy's life. No, well, his run with the cops. He ran with a U of O cop. He had a run with a U of O cop, and the U of O actually fired this cop for pulling a gun on this guy. And later on, another cop found this poor guy in a cul-de-sac or in a residential neighborhood, just collecting cans in the middle of the night for his family. And wouldn't leave the guy alone. The guy was he wanted to ID the guy. He had no good reason to ID the guy. That was part of the lawsuit. There was no fucking good reason to detain this fucking guy. He was just collecting cans. There was no crime that he was expected to commit. So when he went hands-on, nobody should have ever... The Oregon law needs to be fucking changed. If that's how it is, that a cop can go fucking hands-on and you just gotta fucking whatever... No. He had his camera on. He's saying his camera flew off and turned off. And then he's claiming this guy grabbed for the cop's taser. He's claiming there's no evidence of this whatsoever other than Tykill, fucking Psykill, fucking piece of shit cop. God, dude, I'm sorry. I have no love for people that break their oaths, dude. Murderous oath breakers. When you hide behind a law to murder, you're a scum, dude. You're scum. And that my buddy said that he's a good person, dude. Dude, I disagree. And I mourn the loss of a good person, the piece of shit he became. When he murdered somebody. He fucking murdered somebody. He took a man away from his family. For his ego, for his pussy fucking ego. That's good. I know this world is full of fucking evil, and we can't let ourselves give into hate. We do have to forgive, but we don't forget. One thing you do is don't forget. You move on, but you don't fucking forget. We gotta change this shit. There's kids, so many kids that don't have a dad tonight. because cops fucking got away with murder, or a mom, or a daughter, or I only pray that again I forget this poor gentleman's name. Is it Michael? I think his first name was Michael. And I just pray that his family can get some sort of appeals or something like that. And this, at least Eugene, it might be Oregon, at least the Eugene law is that if the police or EPD, if they have a percentage, like how much at fault is the cop, right? The guilty parties. Well, or at fault for what happened, whatever the verbiage is. But if it's 50%, the city has to be at fault by like 50%. Otherwise, there's no payout. That's the law. So a jury has to find that the cop had like 50% responsibility. No, fuck, the cop has the whole fucking What are you talking about? The cop had every responsibility, 100% of the responsibility, but they ended up giving the cop 45%. So the cop pulls somebody over illegally, detains somebody illegally, does not call for their sergeant when asked, which is policy. And it's only 45% on this fucking piece of shit cop. That's the other thing. The way the juries work here, the only people that can afford to go to jury, because they only give you like $1 a day or for a week or something like that for going to jury duty. It's like you are not paid your job. You're not paid what you lose out on. The only people that can do it are salaried people, and that's generally people like CEOs and shit like that. So generally you end up with Republicans and conservative people on the jury, because they make it difficult for poor people who are generally Democrat and liberal. They make them difficult for them to get onto juries. I know I've never served on a jury because I've been asked like 4 or 5 times. I've never been able to afford it. I was afraid that I would lose my house. Like I wouldn't be able to pay bills if I got stuck on a jury for a week or two. But I'm the person you want on a jury for you. If somebody's saying you committed a crime, I'm exactly who you want on the fucking jury. I'll listen to it. I just have a different fucking perspective about it. I know for me what is right and what is wrong is different than what is right and wrong for a business owner. And it has nothing to do with what's correct or actually right or wrong. But it does. When it comes to people's rights, I'm the right one. Because I'm listening to people's rights. You're the right one if you're just listening to people's rights. If you're up there saying Israel first, or if you're up there saying never again in Israel, you're a fundamentalist. You're not listening at all. God, these are really good. And fundamentalism is the path to fascism. When you get extremes on either side, you're going to end up with the state is important. We have to do it this way. The state is always right. The state is fundamentally correct. So whether it's Christian or Muslim or Jewish, it's all fundamentally fucking fucked. It's all skewed, and it's going to defend itself to the bitter end, just to make sure it itself doesn't die. and will sacrifice all the people for energy for its survival. So, fundamentalism, and like oligarchies, monopolies, also again play into that because it's a fundamental, like money is the root of all power. So again, it lends to fascism. Really good. I need to get out of here and go get ready for work. So some of my doggies. Kala! Kala girl! Kala! Kala! Come on! Kala, come on, girl. I know you're nervous, but yeah, I would just love it if you just came in here because I gotta go, girl. Like, yeah, I'm not that guy anymore that sits around and fucking. Here, you can lick your. She's gonna go take that to bed and eat it. Yeah, I used to have time to like coax things. I used to like to coax like things out of their shells and stuff like that, etc. I don't have the fucking time or energy for that anymore. I'm just like, either get the fuck over here or you lose it. And it makes me sad because that's what I would like to do. That's my main energy. My main energy is to like be there and to listen and to coax. You know what I'm saying? Not coax for myself, but be part of the system, be aware of the system, keep the system afloat and running and smooth and righteous and correct, and you know, that's my passion. Through a spirit of the law, not necessarily the letter of the law. What I don't like, what scares me about spirit of the law versus letter of the law is people start twisting the spirit of the law around like they are with, like Trump is. Like, oh, and he just says a couple of lines and it's supposed to mean something. And it does, it just means insanity. Anyway, I do gotta get going. I love you fuckers. Be good. Take care. Remember to vote. Remember to vote. Like your freedom depends on it.